Boys, today I have an observation. Something that should have stayed in Mexico has hitched a ride and made its way to Japan, and I have an opinion about it. This may seem like a bit of a complaint, but honestly, I am just making a observation. I want to talk about ghosting, and this race is a good example of my problem with it. So basically what happens is, ghosting is in a spot where it's trying to allow some bumper cars to defensive driving, but also prevent trolling. And it ends up not really doing both. As you saw there, it prevented me from getting sideswiped at low speeds, which is really nice. But a lot of the times we end up... Actually, instead of trying to explain in advance, let's just go ahead and talk through the race, and I'll point it out as it happens. So as you can see, we're in the stock RS200. You get this from completing the first event, or first showcase event. So I come in here, I don't actually touch him, I get very close. I was very... That was considered a high-speed collision? I was about to say I was very confused at how it considered one a high-speed collision and not the other. And as you can see, I'm about to get punted here. It doesn't send me into a wall, but it's so inconsistent. Anyways, we continue up the way. It prevents that guy from body blocking me after he spun the fuck out, which is actually very good at doing that. We take the inside, kind of park on the apex, and we get going. We're up here in third place. I'm feeling good because we're up here with the big boys, and I'm using a stock car. I believe this guy's also in a stock Huracan, and we get punted again. I want to say throwing off my momentum, and it's hard to say that when hindsight. We're having a big boy race, and none of us can get ghosted. It's hard to say that in hindsight without feeling a bit disingenuous because I am making a observation slash complaint. Yo, he just pushed me into a checkpoint. That's insane. He saved me. Yeah, that would actually save me, which is kind of crazy. And I'm like, this race is a perfect example of the inconsistent ghosting. Right there. Perfect. It saved him from blocking the fucking apex. But what happens is, it ends up... I don't know what to say. I don't know how to explain it. It's a problem. It either needs to be gone or be better. Okay, Forza Horizon 8, or Forza Horizon 8, FM8 has this cool proximity radar, and it can track where people are. It's actually in this game. It's been ported into this game. So I was hoping that they would use that to be able to make ghosting better. If they see somebody going in for a side swipe or trying to make you miss a checkpoint by side swiping you, they would do that. Or in that situation, where the dude is perpendicular to the fucking road, they would ghost his ass. Like, it's infuriating. Again, I don't have the proper education on racing games and things of that nature to explain why it should be better or how it could be better, but there are plenty of tools in this game to where, well, it just could be. And even if they can't make it better, it should be gone, because going through this is frying my brain. It's a super niche issue, and I feel like it's one of those things where it only affects... For example, there's people like Johnson Racing and people who are really good at the game to where they're just bullying everybody the entire match. So it doesn't really matter if they get ghosted or not, because they spend a majority of the race in the lead. And then there's also people like me who have mixed results when it comes to racing online. Sometimes you're getting cooked, sometimes you're doing the cooking, but a lot of times you look for these races where you're in the pack because it's fun doing pack racing. And the inconsistent ghosting just, I don't know, it just kind of fucks it up from time to time, because if I knew they weren't going to get ghosted, I would drive differently. I would be a little more cautious going into there. But there's a lot of times where I instinctively are like, there's a ghosting system, because I know there is. So I'm like, I can dive bomb this guy, and honestly, I should dive bomb him harder so it activates the ghosting. And it does it, and I end up nuking someone. And this happens on accident so much that when I actually intentionally want to activate the fucking ghosting, it freezes me. Anyways, I'm ranting. If you could put it into words better than I am, I will actually try to make a better, more well thought out vid about it. It's a lot better to write these things down, because then you can go through the counter arguments and make it just the commentary better. I just wanted to rant about it. I feel like this race was a good example of the inconsistent ghosting, and I feel like it should be improved. But honestly, I just wanted to put it out there, because obviously my personal opinion is it should be improved. I said it like 40 times, but I wanted to see how people, or what people think about it. Do you think it's that big of a deal? It's a super niche issue, but I think just little things like that will make the game better, especially for people who do PvP, because naturally, when people beat the game, they're either going to 100% the game, they're going to be cruising around, or a lot of us, or a small chunk of us, will be doing PvP. And you want the PvP to be as close to perfect as humanly possible. Anyways, I wasn't complaining. Well, I lied. I complained a little bit, but this is a bit of a observation. Obviously, I'm having a great time with the game. I can't wait to stream it later today. I'm about to get the wheel set up on it. Phenomenal game. But you know what I'm saying? You have to make these little nitpicks to make a good game great and a great game the best. Things like that. Anyways, hopefully you tap in with more of the videos. If people think this should be more of a bigger topic, I will work on it. I will get clips and things of that nature and make it a better video. Anyways, yeah, I'll holler at y'all. Get the first one on the get the first one on the leaderboard. Get an achievement. Ooh, okay.